Hey there everybody, Kopika here. Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 2. In the last episode, we managed to finally end up getting up to Xemnas and realizing that he is now behind the door. The final door that for some reason Kingdom Hearts has managed to give us, even though we don't even know if Kingdom Hearts is even an entity or not. But hey, whatever, what are you gonna do? Anywho, once we actually do this, this will not be the end of the playthrough. We still have some extra stuff to do, but those extra stuff doesn't get unlocked until after we've beaten the game. Well, one thing doesn't get unlocked until after we've beaten the game, and we might as well have that unlocked anyways. So, let's go ahead and open the door, and let's do the final boss.
Get ready, Xemnas. It all ends here.
So, it seems your hearts have led you to obliteration. Perhaps it doesn't pay to be too loyal to one's heart. I will have to be sure and remember that.
No! We can take him on our own.
Alright, and Sora's right, we really can take him on our own because we're about to show something that we're not going to be able to do in any other Kingdom Hearts game after this. We can cut down Keyblades, yeah, we can cut down Keyblades. Anywho, this is the final boss, Xemnas, the final member of Organization XIII and number 1. Alright, so Xemnas ends up basically doing a lot of things by throwing his buildings at us. This is completely different from the Xemnas that we fought in KH1. And to be fair, I mean, really? The fact that I would admit this final boss is a bit over the top compared to the last final boss we did in KH1. But you know what? Who cares? So anyways, in this segment here, you want to go ahead and use Magnet to be able to get rid of most of the enemies. You need to go ahead and end up destroying one of the chargers, and then you can kind of just move on. If the charge gets filled, you will have to go ahead and deal with you just have to do a quick time event to escape. It's really not that bad. Anyways, let's get off of this and let it go. This is by far one of my favorite segments in Kingdom Hearts 2, I gotta admit. The final boss is really good, and the music itself is also pretty damn nice too. Using Final Form here to go ahead and take them out. These guys are enemies that we fought in the Gummy Ship section. It's the first time you ever get to fight Gummy Ship type enemies ever in the series, because you never actually get to do this in any other game, to be honest. So it is kind of neat. Once you end up destroying both cylinders, that is pretty much the end, and you go to the next boss fight. There are multiple phases to this boss fight, so be prepared and be ready. There are no breaks in between, so whatever you're gonna do, be able to go ahead and take care of it. Once you end up doing half health to that barrier, you have to go ahead and deal with a bunch of nobodies. They're pretty easy, pretty manageable, and they're not really that bad of a thing to defeat. I should also mention, a very quick way to be able to actually level up both your form and your drive form is by going into the simulator Twilight Town. Fight a few of the, the samurais. When they do like half health to you, you don't really have to deal so much about it. Just a matter of actually just dealing with it just in general. But if you are half health, it kind of ends up helping you to be able to end up defeating practically everything. Well, not really defeating actually anything. I'm not really making any sense. I'm trying to, the game is too good. What I'm also trying to say is that when you're at half health, it doesn't have to be critical. It just has to be like almost to where Sora's hair is at. That's where the threshold will be for the experience boost. Just in case if you want to like level up both your form and your and Sora at the same time. It's a nice thing you can do. Also, fun fact about this boss fight. This is the only boss fight that you can summon Mickey one final time. Why can't you summon Mickey here? I have no clue. It actually makes no sense, mainly because of the fact that Mickey is on the other side. So how can we summon him? I don't know. Also, if, after a while, the hands of the dragon will start to put its thing down and try to kill you. But 9 out of 10, you're already, like, out of the way. But whatever. And now for a callback to Birth by Sleep. Say hello to Xehanort's armor. Let the battle begin with the second to final phase of this fight. So, we end up hitting him. He will end up using his sword to go ahead and whack you down. But other than that, he's pretty much manageable. End up blocking as according. He will end up using a barrier. He will also end up utilizing all of the organization's abilities, such as Axel's chakrams, Zaldin's spears, and he will also end up using Demyx's clones, as you saw there. And also, he's going to utilize Sayax's things. He's essentially throwing all the organization members in this game abilities at you. And that's it. That's the end of the first fight.
I need more rage. I need more hearts.
Xemnas, there's more to a heart than just anger or hate. It's full of all kinds of feelings. Don't you remember?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Gosh, you all did great.
You're coming back with us, right?
I had given in to the darkness.
Riku!
How am I gonna face everyone?
Like this?
Hurry!
I'll open a path.
You don't belong in the Dark Realm anymore, Riku.
How do we get out of here, Your Majesty? Who did this?
Well, I'm not sure. But we better hurry and get through.
Wait for me!
Come on!
Thank you, Nominee. Sure. See? We meet again, like we promised.
Huh?
You said we'd meet again. But when we did, we might not recognize each other.
I did, didn't I?
But I knew you.
It's strange.
I think I understand. I see myself the way you remember me. And you see yourself the way I remember you.
I always thought nobodies were doomed to fade back into darkness.
Yeah. But you and I didn't. We got to meet our original selves.
So, we can be together again.
Right. anytime Sora and Kairi are together.
We'll be together every day. Right, Sora?
Yeah.
Look sharp.
Huh?
Don't worry. You're all still you.
Hey, let's go home.
Riku, come on.
Yeah.
Sora! Riku!
What?
Sora!
Alright, it's time for the battle against the World That Never Was Dragon, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually did not know that it was the World That Never Was Dragon. Or I should say, I didn't know it was the World That Never Was Building, for that matter. So, this segment is basically a slog. Like, it's not one of the, it's kind of the least interesting phases in this final boss, unfortunately. All you're doing is just riding the, this thing, which, hey, thank God it exists, because if it didn't, we wouldn't even be able to go ahead and do anything. So, the way how the boss fight works is that you're essentially knocking down all the nobodies, and also, this is essentially the magic carpet ride, and that, you can't tell me otherwise. Like, that's exactly what this is. Your goal is to go ahead and use a keyblade, your shots, to be able to take out each thing. Use the circle button to drain the energy shots that are being tossed at you, and then you fire your mega laser to go ahead and deal a lot of damage. In all honesty, I recommend just saving the mega laser for other parts, because like for this part right here, it also has to be in clear view so you can actually deal a lot. Because if you end up using it by accident, you're gonna lose a lot. You notice, now you probably are also noticing something, that we're still gaining experience. I am not sure in the original you gain experience, but you get you have a bonus that you get from defeating this final boss. This is to obviously give you an indication that, you know, there's more to come once you defeat the final boss. It's the only time that this game does this, because Kingdom Hearts 2 originally just ended with the Xemnas fight. There is one more fight that we have to do, but we won't be able to do it until anytime soon. So, for the final portion here, we are destroying the, left and right wing. Meanwhile, the laser's also firing at you as well. I'm going to also recommend something to you, though. Don't get hit too much. You cannot heal in this boss fight. So if you take too much damage, you can potentially die. But yeah, overall, I'm not really a fan of this phase. I kind of would have preferred if we did use the gummy ship. In fact, that's kind of one of the only things they still haven't done in none of the boss fights. You never got to use your gummy ship to fight anything for a final boss. And the gummy ship has been a thing for like how long and we still are unable to use it in a final boss. It's so weird. I kind of wish that they changed that, but that's never going to actually change. What I don't like about Mega Laser is that I don't know why it does a split. I know it's supposed to hit other enemies, but whatever. That's the end of Phase 2.
Hey, Riku?
Yeah?
I wanted to thank Naminé, but I couldn't bring myself to say it. Not until everything was back to the way it was before.
Don't worry. We'll make that happen. Once this is over, you can thank her all you want.
Yeah!
That cutscene is new to Final Mix. It's not in the original game. Anyways, it's time for the second phase of Armor Xemnas. And it is by far one of the best things ever because we're about to get some team attack going. Anyways, you kind of need to make him push you forward because if you don't, you can't really continue. So anyways, this is another one of those fights where some dialogues is kind of missing, but you know what? Who cares? Anyways, you want to go ahead and glide towards a building, and you want to slam right onto the shield. This is ridiculous. Also, fun fact about this boss fight. Okay, so right there, you can tell there's a sound clip missing. Xemnas is supposed to make a noise there, but he doesn't for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like I said, sounds missing and whatnot. It's all good. Okay, so another thing I should mention about this fight. You have all of your growth abilities up to max. This is the only time this happens. It does not happen in any other fight. You will have aerial dodge, max aerial dodge, high jump, glide, and dodge roll. So, hey, if you wanted to know what it was like to have all the dry forms growth abilities, there you go. So I'm gonna let you guys just listen to this song. This song is freaking badass!
Embrace nothing. Heroes from the realm of light. I will not allow it to end this way. Not yet. If light and darkness are eternal, then surely we nothings must be the same. Eternal.
You're right. Light and darkness are eternal. Nothing probably goes on forever too. But guess what, Xemnas?
that doesn't mean you're eternal.
No more eternal than that radiance of yours.
And this is the final boss of Kingdom Hearts 2. One of the things I would say is to just dodge roll. The reason why I say this is mainly because of two reasons. I don't know, when when Xemnas grabs you, he tosses you into the air. The problem I have with that ability is that 9 out of 10, he can get a pot shot on you. I don't feel like getting hit. This is also Riku and Sora's final limit. It's one of the best limits, but it actually does not do a finisher, which is kind of odd. Also, that blinging noise is new. That is not in the original. Also, oh my god. So, if you are familiar with Kingdom Hearts Old, Xemnas will do a bunch of counterattacks similar to what he did before. It's kind of a difficult thing where having, like, the ability to use Reflect is kind of a good thing, but I can't even do that. You end up utilizing his balls, you will end up basically doing a bunch of things. He's got a bunch of moves that's glorifiedly annoying. But I will recommend something. You kind of want to be able to... Oh, you know what? That maybe is the reason why my move sets is kind of booty. Alright. And now he starts throwing out his lasers, which luckily enough we can just keep using Reflect to go ahead and kind of just keep doing a bunch of damage to him. And if you can manage to, and I kind of recommend this, if you can go ahead and hit him enough to do a lot of damage to him, you can actually skip the next phase, which is him grabbing Sora, and you get to play a bit of Riku. We're actually going to try to skip that phase as much as we can. We might not be able to, but we'll see what happens. Oh, we skipped it. Alright, cool. That was great. And this is the end of the fight. I don't know if you can actually skip this fight as a whole, but hey, you know what? Who cares? So, all you need to do is just mash triangle and X. If it's circle if you're playing the other version of the game anyways. And that's it. This is pretty much the end of the fight. So, enjoy the rest of the cutscenes of Kingdom Hearts 2. Because after this is nothing but all cutscenes.
We did it!
I wouldn't be too sure of that. Sora. I can't.
Don't say another word. It's not over. It's just not.
How can you say that? Even if we could go on. Look where we are.
Aw, come on, Riku. You've been hanging out in darkness too long. You gotta try and think positive.
Sora? You lead.
Got it.
You know, I always figured I was better at stuff than you.
Really?
Are you mad?
No. I kinda always thought you were better at everything, too. Riku, look! What's that light?
End of the road.
Yep.
Put me down. I can walk.
You know, maybe the darkness has gotten to me too. Riku!
This world is perfect for me. If this is what the world really is, just this, then maybe I should fade back into darkness.
Riku.
If the world is made of light and darkness, we'll be the darkness.
Yeah. The other side. The realm of light is safe now. Kairi, the king, and the others are there.
That's what I mean. Hey, Sora. Could you help me? I want to get down to the water. At least the waves sound the same. What I said back there about thinking I was better at stuff than you? To tell you the truth, Sora, I was jealous of you.
What for?
I wished I could live life the way you do. Just following my heart.
Yeah, well, I've got my share of problems too.
Like what?
Like wanting to be like you.
Well, there is one advantage to being me. Something you can never imitate.
Really? What's that?
Having you for a friend.
Then I guess I'm okay the way I am. I've got something you could never imitate too.
Sora? I think it's for you.
Alright, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sadly speak on this cutscene for two various reasons. I think this can get hit, and I also definitely know the other song can definitely get hit. Mainly because I know because this is orchestrated, so haha, yeah. So anyways, that's actually interesting. This is actually like the full end of the Kingdom Hearts 2 journey. In all honesty, it's weird because with this ending, it feels like, you know, you actually completed something. You got Kairi back, you got Riku back, you're going back to your island. This is the ending that fits Kingdom Hearts. Mind you, would we have wanted the journey to end? Not really, because if I'm being honest with you, as much as some don't really like the story of Kingdom Hearts all that well and to where it's going, you gotta admit, the story is pretty entertaining to watch and to listen to and to kind of go back to make fun of. It's essentially like watching Marvel movies or watching any sort of, I don't even know, like, I guess Star Wars, Harry Potter, whatever, what have you, that has multiple series. And you know that it's sometimes dumb. You know that, there's some plot holes within it that can be a little bit convoluted half the time. But you kind of want to see where it goes and how the final book will end. Mind you, that's what 3 was. And go into more detail with that later. But I do like the ending of KH2. I like how it was built up with the final bosses, the final few phases. Even though it kind of does feel like that Xemnas can't give up for the life of him. Unlike Ansem, who just, had one phase, then had Darkseid show up for some random ass reason. And then had him fighting you by himself. And he turned into a giant ship with multiple parts. I guess you can say that Ansem had has more phases than Xemnas, to be fair, because to be fair, Xemnas only had 4 phases: the one with the building, the dragon, the suit of armor again, and then himself. So I don't know. It's weird and it's kind of funky and it's also super fresh. But we unfortunately are not done yet. We still have plenty of things that we need to tackle, and I so wish that I cannot speak for this, but unfortunately I can't, because if I do, I know for a fact that this will be muted regardless. So instead, what's probably gonna happen is that I'm gonna just speed through this. I'm just gonna speed through the credits, and then I guess I'll see you guys for when one of the endings ends up popping up, because there is more after this. So I'll see you guys soon.
nothing's changed, huh?
Nope. Nothing will.
What a small world.
But part of one that's much bigger.
Yeah.
Hey, Riku. What do you think it was? The door to the light.
This.
This?
Yeah. It's always closer than you think.
Sora! Riku!
Hey, what's up?
Look,
From the king?
That's right. That was the secret ending to Birth by Sleep. Except at that point, we didn't know what the hell that even meant. So that was basically as random as it could ever have been. So, unfortunately, that's it. Wow, I actually used Final Form 39 times. Wow, I wonder why. Also, you notice that the Jiminy's Journal says only 80%. God. We are not even done, and completion of the gummy route is only 13%. That cannot be. Anyways, we get to save, and obviously we only was saved by Mickey once because we weren't saved by him any other time at that point because we were too good at the game. But you end up getting yourself a crown, and obviously you get sent back to the main menu. But when you end up returning back to the menu, well, actually I'll kind of go into detail with that later. Anyways, that is the end of this episode of Kingdom Hearts 2. That was the end of our main journey, but now it is time for us to head on to the post-game journey. I will see you guys next time for when we start doing the bonus content of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. See yas!